Welcome to the Church Sound Podcast,
part of the Repurpose Network,
where kingdom culture, real life, and technology intersect. I'm your host, Prentiss Thompson, and what we do, we talk to real people, pastors, leaders, engineers, tech people, manufacturers, worship leaders, all about church, technology, and provide solutions for a successful Sunday morning service. You ready? It's time to take a ride. Let's go. Yes, and welcome to another edition of the Church Sound Podcast. Oh, man, you guys make me feel so good inside every time you clap and applause. I'm your humble host, Mr. Prentiss Thompson. I'm here to make sure that your Sundays go smooth, that you're empowered information that will empower your church, your ministry to move forward. That's the goal. It's real life, it's ministry, and it's technology, and that's what we're here to do. So make sure you do this before we get started. Make sure you like, subscribe, review, and share, because sharing is caring, and that's what I think you should be doing, because the information that I share, it comes straight through me to you. If that's the case, then it's for you. If you're watching, make sure you share it with a pastor, a leader, someone who can glean from the information, because we are about to get into part 2 of our AI series, AI and ministry. So you're probably asking, like, where are we going to start with part 2? Because last week, if you didn't check out the last week's episode, make sure you do, so this way you're kind of up to speed. We talk about enhancing your worship presentations with AI. And you will find in this information that this will move your ministry along rapidly. At the same time, keeping the essence of your voice, of your style, and at the same time using it to ask questions to kind of move it forward. So let's step into this topic of worship service. A topic that can make or break your church or make or break your service. Worship presentations. You know it as slides, you know it as lyrics, you know it as announcements, scriptures. We've all been in that service where the lyrics are late, the scripture's missing, or the announcement slide looks like it came from the dark ages. And you would like to have your presentations to look more modern, if you will. Something that you can, appreciate, knowing that it's going to come across crisp, accurate, on time, without running your volunteers into the ground. And that's the key thing. What we don't want to do is burn people out. So let me paint a picture. A friend of mine, he is a worship leader at a small church in North Carolina, right? And because he's the worship pastor and the staff is so small, he spends every Saturday night up to 2 a.m. bringing in slides from PowerPoint. Who still uses PowerPoint? Don't raise your hand if you're driving, running, skating, riding a bike, on the treadmill. Do not raise your hand if you are still using PowerPoint slides. So he's using PowerPoint slides, copying the lyrics from Google, trying to match the backgrounds, hoping that the font still shows up on Sunday, because we all know how fonts are, right? Fonts will show up and not show up if it's not on that computer. Is somebody in my ballpark here? So one Sunday, he puts the lyrics up on the screen, right? Well, he has the volunteer put the lyrics on the screen. And it read, "Our God is an awesome wonder bread." Family, the congregation didn't know whether to shout or make sandwiches, or get some tuna fish, or get some bologna, or get some, ham, egg, and cheese. I know. But how many times have we run into those dilemmas where we didn't spell check something or we're moving so fast? You got so much on your plate that you're not leaving enough room for excellence. You got so much on your plate because if you're at a small church, you are, I guarantee, carrying a larger bag, a larger load than most. A larger load than most. I remember I was the musician at the church and doing sound at the same time. Now you may ask, how did I do that? We tell you how I did it. First of all, there was no sound man. I was the only sound guy. And secondly, there was only no keyboard player, and I was the only keyboard player. Pastor wanted to get away from canned music, or we call TV tracks, track and vocals. So I said, well, okay. So I set the keyboard and the mixer together at the back of the sanctuary so I can control the sound and I can play at the same time. That's beyond multitasking. That is beyond multitasking. So, getting back to my good friend North Carolina with the sandwiches. So I want you to imagine doing the same thing with AI. Instead of starting from scratch, you can use a tool like ProPresenter's integration with lyric libraries. So if you are not using ProPresenter, you should think about it integrating it. It's a very, very popular software. Or using AI transcription in Planning Center. Now, Planning Center is probably the most popular integrated system for churches. It really, really covers all the bases. If you are not using it, I would highly suggest that you would go get it and test it and get a trial run of Planning Center. So you upload your song, you upload your song list, and AI will automatically format the lyrics. It will match backgrounds. It would even suggest scriptures tied to the songs. So instead of staying up to 2 a.m., my friend in North Carolina can probably get to bed by 11 and be ready to lead worship on Sunday morning. This is the thing about that I'm trying to push forward with AI. And I keep saying this, and I want to keep saying it until it makes sense to everyone. That AI is a tool. It's not everything. It's a tool. Your phone is a tool. This microphone is a tool. The lights that's in my studio is a tool. The camera I have is a tool. So I want you to get past the fear of the unknown, because we've all had challenges with things we're not familiar with, right? I hear this hesitation all the time, especially with imaging, because it's very, very important that your image in your church match the style of your church, right? It's no cookie cutter. You use this for this song, we use that for this song. No, whatever the song, the imaging of your church, it has to match the language, the color scheme of your church. All of these things need to work together. If AI picks the slides or the backgrounds, are we taking prayer out of preparation? And you know what? I get it and I understand it. You don't want your church to become a concert where everything is polished but nothing is spiritual or spirit led. So I want to ask you something. Those of you who are apprehensive about artificial intelligence / AI, was it spiritual when your projector went out back in the day? No. Are you still using projectors or are you using LED screens? No. So you have to ask yourself these questions. Technology moves forward every single day. And with AI, it's moving at a more rapid pace than it was just 5 years ago. I want you to think about that. You remember when Google was the thing? You remember when um you had a AOL account? Y'all remember that? You remember just getting the facts? I'm here to remove the demystification of AI. And I want you to get this in your head. I want you to say this to yourself, especially pastors and leaders, anyone who's in tech inside of a church. Excellence is a form of worship. AI does not decide what songs you sing or what scriptures you use. It just keeps the tech side from being a distraction. It's not replacing prayer preparation. It's supporting it. Let me give you a great example of AI. Say, for instance, you are preparing, you have a song in mind, but you say, you know what, it's another song I would like to use, but I don't know the lyrics to it. You can ask it, can you give me the lyrics to the song? You can ask it what key is the original song in. You can ask it to find the song in the original artwork. You can ask it all of these things. It will bring it back to you. Say you had an idea for, say, a Christmas programming, right? Say you had an idea, you had some basic artwork, and you can upload it into ChatGPT and say, this is my idea, and flesh out and type out your whole idea. And then the cool thing about it now, you can now talk into it. You can now talk into ChatGPT. So you can talk into it, hey, listen, I'm thinking about doing this. The color scheme is red, blue, blah, 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 blah. We don't want to use Santa Claus. We want to use an ethnic Jesus. These are the scriptures and the ideas we had. Can you give me your thoughts on that? It'll spit out some thoughts. You can then ask it, what would be my next option? Give me a few more options I could use. It'll give you options. It'll ask you questions. Do you think about this? What do you think about that? Do you want to go with this option? Do you want to go with that option? Do you want to go with this option? It's like having an assistant on call. You have to know how to use the tool correctly. I'll give you another great example. I'm in the middle of finishing up writing my script for my first feature film, right? Mind you, let me tell you this. I've been working on this film for 8 years. I've been writing this for 8 years. I took a section of it because I wasn't really sure about the direction of it. And I wanted to change the verbiage, not the words specifically, but the verbiage. So I imported a portion of my script, just maybe a page of dialogue of between 3 individuals, and said, listen, can you look at this and give me some what we call off the nose dialogue? I mean, it's not direct. It's not that. It's kind of off the nose. It says the same thing, but you're saying it in a different way. Because I don't normally think that way, it took my original idea and said, hey, listen, you may want to say it this way. Now, I can then say, oh, that's cool. I'll keep this part. I'll remove that part. I'll leave this part. Hey, can you give me a more dramatic description of this man walking from the car into a office building? It's daytime. It's this ... It's year 1973. And what was the popular song in July of 1973? I could use it as a song for the background. It will spit it back to me. So what I'm saying is, think of it that way. Think of how easy it is for you to create your slides and all of your multimedia. And if you had your team trained to do that. So you're probably saying, well, listen, how much does all of this cost? I'm glad you asked. So let's look at the numbers. ProPresenter plus Song Select integration is about $19 a month. It imports lyrics, formats, and forms them into slides. You can look at maybe something like Canva and our Magic Size. That's like $10 a month. ChatGPT Plus is like $20 a month. So right there, it's $50 total a month. And you get all of that. And all of my people who use Photoshop, AI is now integrated into Adobe. Yes, it will do generative fill. It will allow you to add or replace content in the area just by typing a description. You can add objects. You can remove objects. You can replace content. You can expand images and automatically have them cropped or leveled off ratio wise. You can change your aspect ratios. You can generate new backgrounds. So all of the things that we normally did with Photoshop, we can now simplify it even better now. This is the thing I want you to walk away with, is that, and I keep saying this, AI is a tool for your ministry. It's a tool. It's not everything. It's a tool. I want you to look at it and really, really press in. Because see, the long-term solution is here. Distraction-free worship is here. I want you to imagine your service where everything runs on time. Now, let me tell you something. The human factor of everything will come in. There are always going to be mistakes when you're doing live production. Some you will see, some you will never know what happened. Only we who are in church production knows when we make a mistake, if it's not obvious. But you know what it is? It's called good ministry. It's called good ministry. Go research these products that I talked to you about. Canva, ProPresenter, ChatGPT, probably the most popular one, but there are tons of other AI programs I could share with you, but I'm trying to keep it so that you can really dive in without being completely overwhelmed. But here is your challenge for this week. Here's your challenge. This week, I want you to try to use ChatGPT if you haven't, okay? And there's a free version you can try. And you can't go over a certain quota a day. But try feeding your worship list into ChatGPT and ask for suggestions of 3 scriptures and a prayer that will connect with those songs. And use those in your slides. And you'll be surprised how much time it saves and how many fresh angles it could give you, because you can ask it, here are my songs. Is there another song do you think that would fit this better after the 3rd song or the 4th song? What would be a good alternate bridge from another song that might work? You have to use it like as a tool. Listen, everyone, remember, AI does not remove the spirit from worship. It removes the distractions so that the spirit can flow freely. It's a tool. So, next week, we're going to talk about sermon preparation. So I want you to make sure you send this to all of your pastors and leaders, because I want them to be able to glean from the information I want to share about sermon preparation that will assist them. It's going to make it real good. And I'm here to share knowledge and bring information so that your church service can be 3 words: amazing. Hey, listen. Keep God first in everything you do, and I'll see you next time here on the Church Sound